All right, folks, here we go. It's Jim with Bowie's Bees. This is the first time I've been back in these hives since I installed the Nucs a week ago. Today is Friday, the 20th. It's late in the afternoon. Bees are working hard, as you can see. I hate to interrupt them, but it's about the only time I've got to get back into these hives and check on a few things. I've been concerned about hive beetles. I have witnessed a few hive beetles actually fly into the hive, even though I've got it on the smallest entrance door. Excuse me, smoke got me. So I think we've got some hive beetles, and I'm gonna do a couple things today to try to help the bees get rid of some of those beetles and continue to read up and learn about how to manage those. So here goes nothing. A few bees on the inner cover here on the top of the hive. Roll a little bit of smoke across these top frames. I don't know how many bees are down in here, but whoa, they did not like that. So there are definitely a few. Go ahead and pull up a few of these frames and see if they started doing any work on. Nothing this far out. Really nothing there. Really nothing there. This hive is humming away. I don't know if you can hear it on the video or not, but it is definitely buzzing louder than when I started out with it. So there's nothing going on in this on these frames yet, which again, as a newbie beekeeper, I can't imagine there would be. There's a little bit of burr comb, and I can actually see a good bit of burr comb. Now, when I installed this nuc, there was a good bit of burr comb on the top, and I did not remove it, and that's been something I've been worried about. I did talk to Scott over at Blythewood Bee Company yesterday, and Scott said it would be fine to remove that burr comb. So I'm gonna take a look and see how it looks. Yeah, so good bit of burr comb right here. Don't know if you can see it or not. Maybe I can get us a little bit better view here. You can see right in the top of that hive, that comb that they're making around the queen excluder is called burr comb and really needs to come out. So I'm gonna have to scrape that out. Let's see if I can get my tripod set back up here. All right. Hive tool. So this thing is practically glued down with this burr comb. Yeah, they're not liking me right now. I'm gonna do a few more puffs of smoke here. And I'm gonna do a little maintenance here. I hate to mess with these bees, but this burr comb's got to come off, or they will just keep building comb in the wrong place instead of on the frames. Is really the gist of it. I did see a hive beetle when I first opened the top of this hive. It was a little bit bigger than what I expected it to look like, but it was there. And I'm going to have to do what I can to protect these hives from the beetles. Get out of there, folks. You want to get smushed. Hi.
What are you doing?
I'm removing burr comb. How are you doing?
Is that a good thing or bad thing?
Well, still trying to figure it out.
What is burr comb?
Just wax buildup that they build outside of the frames that they're really not supposed to.
Okay. Mallory will be here at 6. Are you... Oh, that's my door. Are you coming?
I'm not sure yet. I'll talk to you when I get done.
Alright, I'm gonna go rinse off.
I'm filming a video right now.
Still what?
I'm filming a video.
Okay, good.
That's my queen bee.
Hello.
They can't see you, honey.
I know. Doesn't mean that I can't dance and give a heyo.
You gotta say it loud so they can hear you.
What?
You have to say it loud so they can hear you.
Hello.
Woo, these bees are not happy with me right now, let me tell you what. Not happy. Good bit of burr comb that I've scraped off the top of these frames. That's really just, it was here when I got the Nucs, and I should have scraped it off last week, and I didn't. Honestly, because I just didn't know what I was doing.
You coming to the camera?
So, a lot of action here, as you can see. I'm not 100% sure what I'm looking at. I definitely see some honey there, and some larvae. I think a lot of that is capped brood, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe some of you beekeepers out there who know more than I do can tell me for sure. And on this side, looks like more capped brood. I see a good bit of honey. Got some bees in there that are growing pretty quickly. So, you know, I have not looked for the queen. I probably should to make sure I don't do any damage to her. I am a little concerned about what's going on down here at the bottom. I'm not sure what these folks are working on, and I sure hope they're not building a queen cell or something, because the word on the street is they like to build them across the bottom. So I'm gonna put my hand down here and see if I can move some of these bees around. I might have just squished one. Sorry, Larry, little fella. Okay, so it's just bees, if you can see that. It's not, they're not building a cell down here, which I'm happy about. I really don't know how to scrape off this burr comb on the inside. And I don't want to mess up the work they've done, the good work they've done, so I think I'm just going to let it ride until I can get one of my beekeeper friends over here to take a look and give me a better idea of what I've got going on in here. All right, out of the way there, fellas and ladies. Good news is I do not see a lot of hive beetles running around, which was one of my biggest concerns today and why I brought a couple of different methods. Woo. Okay, now we definitely have something going on down here at the bottom of this one. You can see that across the bottom. They're building something down there, and I don't know if that's just burr comb or if that's something to be concerned about. I'm gonna have to, again, show this video to one of my beekeeper buddies and get an idea. But they're definitely working on some things. I think it's just burr comb, and I'm gonna scrape that off. I definitely do not want them to start building a queen cell or what have you. All right, out of the way there. I do not. Oh no. I just dropped my hive tool. Well, that is a rookie mistake. So I can slide a little bit that way and see if I can get down in here without squishing anything. So you want to keep these frames in order. This is the one that was on the outside. Woo! Not happy with me today. I don't blame you, folks. Just uncapped a couple larvae by accident. And there's my queen right in the middle. Well, I'm not going to bring it over there. She's about twice the size as all the other bees. That one looks good. Don't think I need to do any work there. More cat brood and honey. Oh, and a ton of burr comb across the bottom of this one, so definitely need to do a little work here. This one is super heavy. Again, I don't really know if I'm doing this right or not, but it's the only way I can figure to do it. And buddy, I am making them very mad. Woo! I sure hope this suit holds up. More burr comb down here. Oh, and of course my smoker's out of smoke. I'm gonna check this last one for any burr comb. And then I'm gonna get these beetle traps in, and then I'm gonna take a break and get my smoker working again before I plug in my last. This one looks good. Looks like they've started drawing out comb on this next frame as well, which was one of my original frames that was left. Let's take a look at that. I think that might be kind of neat. So this is all work that they've done in the last week since I put them in. And you can see we've got some pollen in there and some honey. Looks like some uncured honey that they hadn't dried out yet. Bees use their wings to dry that fluid out, and it turns the honey. And working hard on this side. So that's a good sign. Seems everything, from what I know, seems to be happy and healthy. But I do want to try to protect them from some mites. So what I'm going to do today is install, excuse me, not mites, beetles. Today I'm working on beetles. These are little beetle blaster, better beetle blasters that I'm going to install. And you take this and put it in the hive in between two frames, and you know, one complaint has been that the frames won't close enough, but I think I can get it to work. And you fill it about halfway up with mineral oil or some type of vegetable oil, and the bees will ultimately chase the beetles down into this trap, and they'll fall into the oil and they can't get out and they die. So I'm going to install one of these here. Now, one of the things you want to make sure you do if you're using these beetle blasters is that you push them down far enough where they sit down in between the frame nice and tight, and that you squeeze that frame back together. And you do not want to give that beetle space to crawl underneath that plastic, because then you just defeat your purpose, and it gives them a place to hide instead of running down into the oil. And I believe I've installed that properly. And I'm going to put another one up here. Watch out, bees. Try to get it down in there and kind of squeeze it tight. Now, I've heard of different ways to put the oil in here. Some people do it beforehand, but I've heard that that can create spillage. So what I decided to do was get my mineral oil and a cup and pour the oil into the cup and use a syringe. And I pre-measured how much it was going to take to fill those little grids up, the little blasters up with oil. And it's about 4 of these 5 milliliter syringes is what it So that's one. Two. Three. Uh-oh. That bee got a little aggressive and jumped in the oil, and I got a feeling he or she's in big trouble. Four. All right, so that one's done. Didn't spill any there, so that's good. That's two. This bee is doing all it can to sting me. That's three. And that's four. All right. So we're done here. We cleaned up some burr comb. Checked the hive to see that we had everything happening the way we needed it to happen. Cleaned off some burr comb from the queen excluder, which we'll do a little bit more now that there's not as many bees on here. Get off. Try to clean this up so maybe they'll quit messing with it and stay down in the hive. So I'll probably have to do a little more maintenance on that later on, but for now, I'm just trying to get this hive closed back up. All right, folks, watch out. Get on in there. Now, I can get my smoker working again. Throw a couple puffs of smoke at them right there. One other thing I'm going to try with these beetles, just to make sure, is that I'm going to pop out my entrance reducer real quick. They're probably not going to like that too much. But I made a couple of homemade beetle traps. I saw this on another gentleman's website about a YouTube page about bees, but a piece of little corrugated plastic in there and some Swiffer material and some duct tape and a piece of wire, and you can put this inside your hive, and allegedly the beetles will try to hide under here, or their feet will get stuck in this roughed up Swiffer, and then you can come in here and pull it out and see if you caught any beetles. So homemade, gonna take a try. Watch out, folks. This should be dead space, so I should be able just to slide this back, and I'm just using an old paint stirrer. Slide this into the back of the hive. And then it's got a wire on it, so when I come out here to check it, I should be able to just pull that thing out if I can get my queen. The only concern I've got is getting my excluder, or excuse me, entrance reducer back in here like it was with the wire in the way. We'll see if I can wedge it in here. Yep, fits like a glove. I'm gonna bend that around so it kind of hangs off that side, and we'll see if that does any good. So I'm gonna wrap it up for now, get my smoker working a little better. Thanks for watching. If you like watching a newbie handle bees, How about like and subscribe my YouTube channel, and I'll continue to post these type of videos and for information that'll help you learn how to potentially start your own hive someday. Thanks for watching.